Hello guys, it's Sid again, coming back with a new video. I know it's been a minute since I dropped a video, but today's discussion is going to be about love versus fear. Are you living or operating in love, or are you operating or living in fear? The difference between operating out of love and the difference between operating out of fear is one thing, and that is allowing you to live your best life. When I say allowing you to live your best life, that's operating and living out of love. Because what you would do is what you love in your heart. And what you won't do is what you fear in your heart. The things that you would not allow yourself to explore, the things that you would not allow yourself to endure or to go through, to experience, because you are afraid of the consequences, you are afraid of what might happen, then that in turn is operating and living out of fear. But when you operate and live out of love, you have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to worry about because everything you need is within you. Everything you need is right there. And all you have to do is grab it and bring it into the physical realm. That's all you have to do. So with that being said, it's going to be a relatively short video. Are you living in fear, or are you living in love? Do you chase your dreams, no matter the consequences? Or do you stop yourself from continuing to go on the path that is chosen for you by yourself because you don't want to fall? Every mountain that we climb, we have to reach the top. And once we reach that top, we got to come back down just to climb another one. And if you want to be very successful, you have to operate out of love. You have to operate out of that drive that you have to accomplish something greater. To accomplish something greater within yourself. Not just living in fear or playing it safe. A lot of people always play it safe. But what does it really mean to do so? A lot of people always follow the rules. They go on one straight, narrow path in life. But what does it get them? Retirement at 64 or 65. And they have not lived their lives the way they wanted to yet. They worked their entire lives sometimes from the age of 15 all the way up to 65. 18 all the way to 65. But if you have a dream, and you have a goal that's bigger, that's better than working a 9 to 5 until you're 65 just to get that retirement. If you want to become a business owner, if you want to become a business partner, if you want to become a landowner, then put in the work to do so. Don't allow fear to stop you from believing in what you believe. Don't allow fear to stop you and how you feel about your life, how you feel about the things that you would love to experience. If you want to travel the world, don't have that fear of what might happen. Be cautious, be careful, be loving, and be kind. Be observant, but don't allow fear to stop you from living your dream. Be careful where you go, though. Be careful who you talk to. It's all about having that inner intuition, that inner guidance to take you where you need to go in this lifetime. So, are you living in fear, or are you living in love? If you want to improve on your health, but you're afraid that you're going to fail the first time. Everybody fails the first time, and it's not failures. They're only lessons to learn from. They're not failures. As long as you learn from them, you'll never fail at it. You'll never fail at it, because the next time you'll do better, and the next time you'll do better, and you'll just keep improving until you reach your goal. You'll keep improving until you reach your highest state, your highest level that you wanted to reach. You'll continue to go for the highest goal that you have for yourself, that you have within yourself. It's called expectation management, right? You go into a situation thinking, this is how I want this to go. But the reality is, it can go the way you want it to go, or it can go the complete opposite. But expectation management, let's say you go into a store and you know there's a lot of people in the store. right? And you're like, okay, it should take 30, 40 minutes to get out of here after I get in line. Or because somebody is taking too long, so you switch lines, right? And then you find out it only took you about 15 minutes. It only took you about 15 minutes to be in that line. So your expectation management, you went in thinking that you were going to spend 40, but you only end up spending 15, 20 minutes tops in that store. And that's way below the time that you even thought that you were going to have to stay in there. And with that being said, that was good on your part. But let's say it's the same scenario and you go in there and you stay for an hour and a half. Your expectation is to be in there for at least 40, not at least, but the max 40 minutes and then get out. You end up having to stay there for an hour and a half because some stuff is happening with the cashier, whatever the case may be. It might be the first time of them working the cash register. It might be the first time that they're actually like on the floor, whatever the case may be. They may have problems with the customer right in front of you, or a few customers in front of you and they don't want to pay, or they don't have enough money, so now you got to avoid the whole thing, right? So now you have to wait even longer than you expected. That is expectation management. Walking in with a certain expectation, or walking in with a certain mindset of things going, you're imagining things going one way, but it can end up going the complete opposite, or it could be your way or even better. And that's what I'm saying with we can always have high hopes. We can always have dreams. We can always have goals and achievements that we want to reach in life, that we're going to reach in life. But if you expect it to be fast, you might want to rethink your expectation on this time frame. Nothing comes easy in life. So again, are you living in fear, or are you living in love? Are you operating in fear, or are you operating in love? Do it scare you to know that you might not have a plan after you get done with this particular job? Or you might not have a plan after you get done with school, after you finish college, graduate college? Does it scare you? Does it make you worry? Does it put fear in you? When you have self-love, you don't have fear, because you know whatever comes your way is good for you. Whatever is meant for you is meant for you. No one can pry that from your hand. No one can take the success out of your hands. Whatever is meant for you to do, or whatever you love to do, you're going to do it. You're going to guide yourself to it. Gravitational pull. So are you living in love, or are you living in fear? Are you living in love, or are you living in fear? Are you truly living your best life, or you're just settling for what is safe and comfortable for you? Are you living in that comfort zone, or are you really saying, hey, I'm going to get up and chase my dreams? A lot of people want to become artists. It takes a long time for an artist to get up. It takes a long time for an artist to acquire skills, unless you're just like naturally gifted or naturally talented, and automatically when you start drawing, it was amazing, you just kept up with it, right? But for the people that cannot draw very well, it takes time. And even with the gifted and talented artists, it still takes them time to come up with these ideas. So with that being said, it takes time to build your profile. It takes time to build yourself to where you want to be. There's no such thing as shortcuts. Shortcuts end up being the long way around. Because when you cut certain steps out of the process, you're going to have to go back to take those steps, because you missed them when you had the chance to do it the first time. So now you got to go back, because it's a part of the whole process. And the destination is not the goal of what we're looking for, right? It's the journey along the way. It's the journey along the way. Do you have endurance? Do you have that passion that you said that you have? Do you have what it takes for you to do what you want to do? Live freely. Like truly free. Not just playing it safe the whole time, but living your life the way you want to and living out of love. When you live out of love, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You ain't got nothing to fear. Just to continue to improve yourself in all areas. Mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, all of that. Just improve yourself with everything you have. Every area that you lack in, improve it. Every area that you are strong in, improve it. But love yourself. Not even a but. And love yourself to where you are operating out of love. And you don't have to look and say, oh, I'm afraid that if I go this route, this will happen. I'm afraid that if I take this step, this will happen. That's a part of the process. You learn and you live. You live and you learn. You go through life. Life is all about experiences. Experience life to the best of your ability. Learn from your experiences and move on. Learn from your experiences and move on. Once you learn from your experiences, you can go to the next experience. When you learn what you need to learn from that part of your life, you can take that memory and use it somewhere else down the line and make you a booming success. But you can't allow fear and your ego. I'm going to talk about your ego too. One of the reasons why we have fear, the main reason why we have fear is because we've been programmed to fear a lot of things about ourselves. The truth about ourselves. We have been programmed to fear who we really are. We have been programmed to fear the goodness in this world. It's too good to be true. When somebody is telling the truth, they are considered crazy. They are considered psycho. They are considered insane. But it's not the truth. They are none of the above. They're just trying to get you to open your eyes and to see the truth of this world. They're trying to get you to open your eyes and see the truth of this matrix that we live in. And you can bend the matrix to your will. Everything that is meant for you is already within you. You just got to bring it out. Bring it out into the physical. Bring it out into the physical. That's all you got to do. Don't allow fear to dictate your life. Another thing, your ego, that's not you. Your ego are the negative thoughts that come across your mind. Your ego are the negative intentions within your mind. Your ego prevents you from doing a lot of things. Your ego prevents you from learning from life. Life is here to teach us how to live. Life is here to teach us through the experiences we have. But how can we have an open mind? How can we be willing to learn when we're always getting butthurt? Something to think about. Okay? Don't be afraid to live your dreams. Don't be afraid to do what you want to do. Alright? Don't be afraid. Are you living in love? Or are you living in fear? That's the question that you got to ask yourself. Are you truly living your life to the best of your ability? Are you truly letting go of control? Because once you let go of control, you are in control. You got this. You can't control anybody else but yourself. You can't control anything else but your reactions to what happens in your life. So remember that. Are you operating in love or are you operating in fear? Evaluate yourself. Are you afraid to do certain things because you're afraid of what might happen? Okay? They call it leap of faith. But I call it living your best life. Y'all have a great day.